Another kind of uncensored platform, Daily Wire. Do you see the beef between Shapiro and Owens?
What's going on there?
I haven't seen that.
He called her disgraceful, and
I guess Candace Owens is being like a little anti-Israel, and obviously Ben Shapiro's been on a tear, like going to universities right now, just having open debates with people. So they actually got into it on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, and they both work for the Daily Wire. Ben Shapiro said,
Isn't Shapiro technically her boss?
I mean, I think he's an owner of the company, but like, I don't know if he's her boss, but yeah, he basically said she made like a cryptic tweet that was like kind of going at him, saying you can't serve money and God at the same time. And then he replied and said like, if you think that you're serving money here, like you can quit. So it's like
civil war at Daily Wire. It's the best way to put it.
It's two like heavyweights going at it though.
But let me ask you, whose fault is that? Like there has to be the first chip that falls. What's the first domino?
Probably Candace, like backing Kanye a little bit, probably.
Okay, so when you bring somebody like Candace to your platform, has she shown a track record of agreeing 100% with everybody?
Definitely not.
So why are you surprised?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be surprised, right? When you bring somebody like that in. Like if you bring Draymond Green to your team, is he all of a sudden going to be, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to, chokehold Rudy Gobert for freaking 10 seconds and get a 5-game fine and get suspended. Yeah, you're going to expect something like that to happen. Dennis Rodman can go from any team to any team. He's bringing his reputation with him, whatever that reputation is. Candace is bringing a reputation to Daily Wire. I think they got to keep it private when you're going through stuff like that. And it's not a good look for the brand. I'm sure they'll figure it out because I think inside they have enough people that are reasonable people that can make them sit down and have a conversation with each other. Knowles and, Walsh and Jeremy and Peterson, they can have a meeting. They need to have an emergency meeting to bring everybody together. Jeremy's shooting a movie right now, I think in Holland or wherever he's at. They got to do an emergency Zoom, which if they haven't already done it. She was on Tucker yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
It came out?
It came out already.
Oh, okay.
Tucker's first question was, what happened with you and Ben? He called you disgrace. Is he your boss? He asked her the question yesterday. And it was the first interview she did after the backlash. And she's sitting there pregnant doing the interview with Tucker. So, yeah, I think...
And what was the response to that?
She said, well, listen, he's not the boss. The boss is somebody else that I actually get along with. And it's not even Jeremy right now because Jeremy's shooting a movie. I don't know if she said that or not, but it's the fact that Jeremy's not the boss. But he is one of the owners and he's one of the OG founders of the brand. And I don't work for Ben. And we can't have disagreements and ideas. We always had. And she said, in the last 5 years, anything I've ever said, Ben has pretty much been on the opposite side. Vaccine, he was pro, she was against, all this stuff. So she's kind of talking about that. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if long term.
Which is fine. They're allowed to disagree.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's just interesting because, yeah, I guess you don't like when Republicans, quote unquote, disagree. But they're allowed to disagree.
Yeah, but there's one thing here. So what is the one thing that Ben is saying? I'm not compromising.
Oh, he's not compromising on Israel.
Exactly.
No way.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
He's okay with everything.
Yeah.
But Ben is like, no. And by the way, a part of it, you have to respect Ben that at least he has that core of a belief about Israel, which means he's 100% true because he's hurting his business. This is not a good business move for you to do something like this, right? A part of it is this is where I stand, but it's not a good business move what he's doing. It's a good move with Israel and the Jewish community because they're not sitting there saying, wow, okay, so we know where you stand with this, but it's not good for the brand to show that kind of division because then it means I can't come to your brand and have an opposing idea because if I do and say this, this is the part that I'm going to get in trouble. So what if I want to call out a position with Netanyahu? I can't be part of your organization. And that may very well be the case because it could happen to many different media companies. But yeah, it was not a pretty day yesterday for Daily Wire. These guys going back and forth.